Hey Clashes, we have a new event starting tomorrow, and this means it's going to bring the first ever epic equipment for the Minion Prince. On top of that, you can unlock a new event troop, and you can access the entire event with using the event building on the top left of your village. Over there, you can progress through the entire event with just doing regular battles and destroying certain buildings. Those buildings are highlighted with points right above them, and if you take down those buildings, you're going to get the points to get through the entire event and unlock everything. The result of the attack itself is not really relevant whatsoever. Which means if you get a 1, a 2, a 3 star, or even a 0 star, it does not matter as long as you destroy the highlighted buildings. You're going to get the points, and with those points, you're going to progress through the paths and unlock all of those nice rewards. But let's take a closer look at what rewards we're exactly talking about for the event itself. You can have the entire list right now on your screen, but as well, there are some things surrounded by a golden border. This one is, well, for the event pass, which means if you're spending extra money, you can get bonus rewards. If you're thinking about buying the event pass, the gold pass, or any other offers in game, make sure that you're supporting your favorite content creator out there. And if you want to support me and the channel, make sure that you're using creator code iTzu. I really appreciate that. But I think we should get right into the fun stuff, which is going to be the new epic equipment. If you're not interested into buying the new epic equipment, you can get a ton of different magic items, or for example, 2 of the old epic equipments, which is the magic mirror and the snake bracelet. But let's first dive into what exactly the new Dark Crown or the Minion Prince is going to do. It is a passive ability which is going to increase on the maxed level the hit points and as well the damage of your Minion Prince by 30%. But you need to earn those bonus percentages, and this is with troops around the Minion Prince going down. That's right. For every level, you're going to get 10% overall of the bonus stats, which means it's overall 3 times that troops have to die around the Minion Prince. The important things to get a threshold of is 60 housing space dying, then your Minion Prince is having 10% bonus hit points and 10% bonus damage. Another 60 housing space going down means that you have 20% of bonus hit points and bonus damage, and with 180 housing space dying around the Minion Prince, you're going to get a bonus of 30% of bonus hit points and 30% of bonus damage. But before we're diving further into different interactions with the Dark Crown, let's take a quick look at the event troop. Because this event troop is somewhat like a regular goblin, but if this event troop is actually looting something, you're going to have the double amount of loot. That sounds crazy, I know, but you could get crazy records with this event troop when you're farming. The only downside is it's not really working like Sticky Goblins, where you have an invisibility effect, which makes it way more harder to use. But if you can find some bases and use your own invisibility spells, or even your Warded Eternal Tome ability to protect it, I mean, I'm really looking forward to some crazy screenshots of people going above like 4 or even possibly 5 million of like gold or elixir. It's going to be crazy. Because if you take a look at that right now, we're going to surrender now and check how much loot we have actually gotten. 770,000 gold, which is crazy because obviously we only collected half of it, but it was doubled because of the event troop. As well, a fun thing, you're always going to have 10 of those in your army capacity. This is always something you have in there, even if you don't really use the event troop otherwise. So that's like as a bonus. But let's get back to the epic equipment because I feel like that's the most interesting thing. First off, as I said, to make sure that you're even getting a bonus with this passive ability, you need something to die around the Minion Prince. And for this one, it doesn't matter if it's 10 troops, 2 troops, whatever. The important thing is the housing space. So 2 Electro Dragons having 60 housing space, and this means they're getting to the first stage and having plus 10% on the damage and on the hit points. Now I'm going to sacrifice 6 Baby Dragons, which again, with each Baby Dragon being 10 housing space, is up to 60 housing space. So after all of them going down, we're then at the level up of plus 20% hit points and 20% damage. Again, I want to remind you that this bonus damage and bonus hit points is based on the base stats of the Minion Prince. On top of that, if there is an equipment getting used, those passive stats are getting incorporated in there as well. But you really have to make sure that a lot of troops are going down to get this bonus. On the first hand, it really sounds crazy strong having 30% more hit points and 30% more damage as a passive ability, but it's really not that easy to get to that stage. 60 housing space is 3 dragons, 2 electric dragons or 6 baby dragons or even other crazy amount of troops. So I have seen plenty of people saying, hey, this equipment could be good with the ground attacks or root riders and such things. And not really, no, because you need to have so many troops going down. But how is the interaction now with, for example, troops which can spawn other troops, like Lava Hound, or for example, Yetis, or even Skeleton Spell? All of those things which are spawning are going to impact the bonus of the housing space which you're collecting. So for example, a Yeti is going to give you the 18 housing space themselves, but they're spawning Yeti mites, and each Yeti mite is having 2 housing space. By the way, this equipment was the reason, we had a couple of weeks back, all of the housing space changes. You might remember that time with the Yeti mice being only 1 housing space. That was because of this equipment to make sure that you can't stack it too easily, which I think is kind of overcomplicated because I think it's not one of the strongest. But again, we're coming to my opinion about the equipment in just a couple of seconds. Another fun interaction is the hero with the Phoenix, because when the hero goes down, this is 25 housing space. The pet going down is 20 housing space, but the Phoenix counts double, which means if a hero's going down with the hero itself, and then the pet is overall 90 housing space. But let's compare some stats. On the left side, we have the Dark Crown with the Dark Orb. On the right side, the Dark Orb with the Henchman Puppet. Let's compare the stats. A DPS of 977 with the new epic equipment and hit points of 9,707 hit points. But that is only with 30%, which means 180%, 180 housing space already went down at this stage. On the right side, we can see the stats with just the Henchman Puppet, which means it's over the entire attack. 822 DPS, and then on top of that, 7,500 hit points, which seems way less. But you have to remember the active ability. First off, you're turning your minion prints invisible, so if anything targets your minion prints, it's going to stay safe. You're spawning 2 tanks, which means you can possibly tank Black Mines, and as well the 150 DPS of the Henchmen, and on top of that, their hit points, you should add in there as well. And if you do all of that, add that to the DPS and such things, you will see the comparison is kind of close. So considering that you need to max out on level 27 the Dark Crown to get those stats, and then 180 housing space has to die to get to the 30% stage, the Henchman Puppet is not that bad as a common equipment. So all of the people out there have to really reconsider if you want to put your ores in there, because for air spam, yes, it is better. I mean, can't put anything around it. It is not broken or anything. It's kind of, I would say, like on the Snake Bracelet, where it's not bad, but like not really crazy good either. It's like in the middle ground. And this is something as well which I want to remind people, because I feel like some people have really lost track of reality. If we're going back half a year in Clash of Clans, we had like Lava Loon Puppet, we have the Snake Bracelet, we had the action figure, we had new things, troops released like Thrower, Furnace and such things, which all were completely balanced, but people are still freaking out and saying, oh, everything is broken just because we had one electric boot equipment, which obviously was completely busted. So I feel like some people should get back to reality and actually check that we have currently a really good record of, well, in Clash of Clans, things which get released are pretty balanced. And I feel like this equipment is going as well the same route. It is usable, it is solid for air spam, and it's not that great for pretty much everything else. Overall, my current suggestion is really make sure if you have those ores left over, because there's way stronger equipments out there. But don't worry, I'll make a specific equipment ranking again as soon as the event is live. And we're going to add already in the rework for the Eternal Tome. And no big surprise, but that rework is not going to change that much. I know people are going crazy, like always, when a change is announced, and then people are like noticing, wait a second, the change is not that crazy, like overall having impact. Like when electric boots were nerfed, the amount of people saying that it's dead, oh boy, I could see screenshot a lot of comments from back then. But it's as always, make sure that you're not really jumping to your conclusions too quickly, and really start playing the changes first before you're going crazy. But that's it all for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this new epic equipment, if it's strong, weak, balanced. Let me know what you think about it. I'm looking forward to reading your comments, and I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next class video. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.